question we get all the time is, are we putting wax on your car after we wash it? When we're doing a refresh combo, cleaning up all the interior, a sympathetic hand wash, engine bay, the works, we include a sealant. It's a quick spray wax, but a lot of people expect a paste wax. It's a little outdated, a little old-fashioned, and I'll explain to you why we use what we use. A paste wax is something that we'll either apply by hand with a very soft applicator. We'll just take a bit of wax off the surface and then kind of rub it into the surface. Now this is a little old-fashioned. It's something that, if you've got the time, can be beneficial because it does coat the surface. But we've got to wait for that to fully cure out before we can wipe it off the surface. So it's got to do its thing, it's got to work its way into the surface and then solidify, and we'll wipe off the excess. The entire process to go around the vehicle usually takes maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, to get it done properly. You can also apply it via machine. So taking a little bit of wax into a very soft pad on a machine. Can also help to shine up the vehicle. That cuts down the time just a little bit, turns it into more like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and then once we've gone around the whole vehicle, we'll do the same thing. Once it's cured on, we'll wipe away the excess. Once it's fully cured on there, once we've gone around the whole vehicle, we wipe away the excess and it leaves a very thin film of wax on the surface. Nearly nothing. Enough to kind of sheet some water away, enough to add a little bit of gloss, but there is so very little wax on the surface. It's not really meant to protect from scratches or anything more than it is just adding a little bit of gloss. It's going to leave that same thin layer of wax on the surface. I don't have to wait for it to cure. It cures nearly instantly. Once it's on there, I wipe away the excess and I move on. All in all, it takes me about 10 minutes and offers the same level of protection and gloss. So, the difference between these two products, that wax is going to, it's going to seal into the surface, but eventually it will fade off. In high heat, in abrasion, this is going to offer that same protection without melting off the surface. Now, a bit of abrasive will do the same. It will remove this wax. I say it's usually good for a couple washes max, but in much less time, for the same protection, higher gloss, and more hydrophobicity, I prefer a spray detailer or a spray wax. This one having about a 3% ceramic, a polymer base. It's effective, it's durable, it does the same thing. Just doesn't take us nearly as much time, which in turn saves you cost, saves you time. And that's our goal here. Now, a lot of people expect when we say we're going to wax the vehicle, we're going to be removing scratches. And I'd like to clarify something. A wax simply hides it. It's disguising those scratches. It doesn't remove them. There are no abrasives in either the spray wax or the paste wax enough to cut through clear and remove damage. Any light scratching on the surface, any of those light lines, those aren't going to come out with the wax. They're being hidden. If you'd like us to remove those scratches and remove the damage left there, I recommend a polish. Now, a lot of people will confuse a polish with a wax because I'm using the same machine, but the difference is the abrasive level. So I'm going over, a wax takes me maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. A polish, I'm usually quoting more like 6 hours. This is because I'm really digging into the paint, trying to cut out damage and increase gloss on that surface level. I am changing the structure of your paint. A wax doesn't do that. So, when you call in and you ask us to wax the vehicle, please specify. whether you'd like us to polish and remove the damage, or simply add something to add a little bit of gloss. I'm happy to do either. I just need to know what it is you expect from us. In any case, when we clean a vehicle, we're applying a spray sealant, and I can promise you, it is just as good or better than any paste wax on the market.